session of Agriculture 194E, Focus on Agriculture. Focus on Agriculture is a one-credit course offered by your College of Agriculture, Forestry, and Natural Resource Management here at the University of Hawaii at Hilo. And we come to you live every Thursday evening from the television studios located in the Mookini Library here on the University of Hawaii at Hilo campus. And we also come to you by way of the Hawaii Interactive Television System and your local community educational cable channel. Before I go on, if I could have the Elmo, please. If you have to get a hold of me, there are several ways that you can get a hold of me. One is by snail mail at, you can get a hold of me at Jack Fujii, UH Hilo, College of Agriculture, Forestry, and Natural Resource Management, or CAFNARM, 200 West Kauili Street, Hilo, Hawaii, 96720-4091. Or you can get a hold of me by phone at 933-0850 or by fax at 974-7674. And for those of you on the internet, you can get a hold of me by email. My email address is jfujii@hawaii.edu. Also, I'd like to say a few words about our College of Agriculture, Forestry, and Natural Resource Management. We have several specializations. We have a specialization in agribusiness for those who are interested in the business aspects of agriculture. Also, we have an agroecology environmental quality program for those interested in the environmental side of agriculture. We have an animal science specialization with a pre-vet option and a production option. We have an aquaculture specialization, crop protection, general agriculture, tropical horticulture, and we also have a certificate in plant tissue culture, and we also have a minor in agriculture if you're interested. And if you know anyone who is interested in an agriculture hands-on program, please give me a call and I'll give you all the information. Since we are coming to you live this evening at approximately 8 p.m., those of you in the viewing audience, and of course those of you here in the classroom, will have an opportunity to ask questions of our guests this evening. So I hope you jot a few notes down and ask questions later on. And for those of you out in TV land, you can call us collect, and the phone numbers will be on the screen later on. We have another very interesting presentation for you this evening. Tonight we are featuring Uncle Miles Catering Service with Miles Nakanishi. And Miles Nakanishi also is a career employment counselor at Hilo High School. And today he brought two of his students with him from Hilo High School. We have Thane Murray. Thane is a senior there at Hilo High School. And we also have Christopher Ignacio. Chris is a sophomore at Hilo High School, and they'll be doing some cooking for us. So I'm going to turn the class over to Miles, and we can start our cooking. Okay, Miles.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank you for allowing us the privilege of presenting to the state of Hawaii and showcasing our students. As Dr. Fujii mentioned earlier, we have two fine students from Hilo High School. Actually, we had four, but unfortunately, two of them must have got lost on the way down. So we're going to put up with two students, and I'm going to jump in and try to do a presentation. Should there be any questions, please feel free to ask. Dr. Fujii, if you can help facilitate the cooking process, we'd appreciate it. And our first guest chef for today is Chris Ignacio. He's a sophomore. Give him a hand. That's just kidding.
All right, Chris.
Chris, go right ahead.
So what are you going to prepare for us, Chris?
Today I'll be making two dishes. My first dish is an original Portuguese dish called Bakalau Breadfruit.
Okay.
You start out with one ulu or breadfruit. When you get this, you need to wash it and scrub it clean because they have it's very sappy fruit, so you need to scrub it clean. And when you cut it to put it in the water, you cube it.
So where'd you get your breadfruit from, Chris?
Courtesy of my Uncle Roger, picking it today.
Oh, real fresh then.
Oh yes, benefits of the country.
So Chris, you plan to go into the cooking industry? You plan to become a chef? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Once you're done cubing it, you have to remove the center of this part. It's got little seeds in it, and this is kind of the yucky part from it. So when you're done cubing it, be sure to remove it. Once you're done with that, you put it in your pot, and you can buy at any local store. They have trays of codfish. It'll come salted and cured already. You take it from the tray and you'd put it in your pot with the codfish, with the breadfruit. You need 5 cloves of garlic. Smash it when you peel it so that the flavor will come out of it. Then you add it to the pot. And you need 2 chili peppers. Any kinds of chili peppers as long as it's hot.
So do you have oil in there or water?
It's just water.
Okay, about how much water do you put in your pot?
Usually when you add all of this, it varies how big your breadfruit is. You would add the breadfruit in at first, and once you're done with that, you would pour in the water and bring it to a boil. And then it boil for about half an hour or 45 minutes until the breadfruit is tender.
Okay.
And once it's tender, then the bakalau or the fish should be...
The fire went out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's power ready.
So do you also peel the breadfruit?
No, you don't peel it.
You leave the skin on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's about it. Once it's done boiling, then the breadfruit is ready to eat. And you can also fry the bakalau or the codfish if you want to, but I won't be doing that tonight for you guys. Serving it, I'll be serving it on this platter.
So you've got codfish in there already?
Yeah, I boiled it and prepared it at home.
So this codfish is the salted, dry codfish?
It's salted and cured. And so that's why when you do it, you don't add any salt to it when you do it. All you do is add the chili peppers and the garlic.
Okay. So if you really want it spicy, then you put more chili pepper in.
Oh yes.
Okay. So you say you plan to go to New York to go to school?
I hope.
Cooking school?
That's what I want.
Ah. So about how long would you say you boil that?
This took about 45 minutes.
Okay. And do you have any cooking classes at Hilo High School?
I haven't really started any cooking classes yet because I've been trying to get my languages finished for college. So next year I'll be taking food science and nutrition.
I see. Kind of hot there, huh?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get some of the codfish.
That cod, the codfish is really salty, so...
Yeah, it's kind of like you would eat it with the breadfruit, kind of to mellow out the saltiness.
And then I guess when you boil it in the hot water, a lot of the salt comes out also.
Yeah,
right?
that's why there's no seasoning in this. Yeah.
So about how much codfish do you put inside there?
You don't really need that much codfish. Maybe just like a tray of codfish, and that's it. That's all I used today. And I cooked one whole breadfruit with it. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, and then what's
I guess when you're presenting it, you can just garnish it with some parsley.
Okay.
Some fresh parsley.
Is that regular parsley or cilantro or?
It's pretty much just regular parsley.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the bakalau with the breadfruit.
What does bakalau mean? Does that mean?
It's Portuguese word for codfish.
Oh, I see.
And the second dish I'll be preparing for you today is Bakalau Breadfruit Salad.
Okay.
It's just like a potato salad pretty much, but you'd be using the breadfruit from it to replace the potatoes.
Okay. So it's kind of like a potato salad, but
Yeah.
instead of using potato, you use breadfruit.
Yes, the breadfruit.
Okay. So when you eat that, you just kind of get a knife and carve off a piece of that breadfruit?
Yeah, because it's tender already from boiling.
Okay.
And when you make it, you don't want to boil it too long because it might come mushy.
Okay, so
The
you want it
texture.
to hold its shape, so...
Yeah, it's kind of like boiling potatoes.
Okay.
You don't really want it to be really mushy.
Okay. So that's about 45 minutes then.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long.
Okay. So now we're going to do a bakalau breadfruit salad.
Okay, after you're done boiling it, you take about half of the breadfruit and you just cube it.
Okay. So I guess when you make this dish, you may as well make the salad
Yeah,
at the
that's
same
what my
time.
mom usually does.
Kill two birds with one stone, huh? Okay. So you want to take that core of the breadfruit out because
Yeah, because
you
it's got
say-
these little seeds in it in
Okay.
the center.
Can you actually eat the skin of the breadfruit? or
Oh, yes.
More fiber, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they actually have breadfruit in Portugal, or is this kind of a Hawaiian derivation of?
I'm not sure. It might have come from the plantations. I'm not sure.
Okay. You know, we're going to have the Portuguese chamber come on pretty soon, and they're going to do some Portuguese cooking again this semester. And I think sometime in early February, February 12th or something around there, they're going to have a big gathering over there at right at the base of Wainuinui Avenue at Cavallo Park. Okay, so you just kind of cube it all up?
Yeah, you just cube it up. That's pretty much it.
So what got you into cooking, Chris?
My grandma.
Oh, she must be a good cook.
Yeah, she's really good.
Does your grandma make this particular dish?
This is, my mom usually makes this dish. Yeah.
I see. I hear your grandma's watching tonight, huh? Hope she calls up a little later on and tells you what a wonderful job you're doing here, not only representing Hilo High School, but representing yourself and doing an excellent job preparing these dishes for us.
I had a big breadfruit.
So how many breadfruit was that?
Just one.
One big breadfruit.
Oh yeah.
Wow, one big breadfruit and you can make a whole meal in itself. Does that breadfruit kind of taste like potatoes or? Kinda?
It's like, it tastes like breadfruit, but it's got that codfish taste in it too.
I see. So when you make this salad, you want to also boil the breadfruit with the codfish.
Yeah, the breadfruit, that's where the flavor comes from the codfish. It goes in it boils into the breadfruit.
Okay.
Then you chop a stalk of celery.
Okay.
It's pretty much the same as making regular potato salad, except you're substituting the potatoes with this
Okay.
breadfruit. Thank you.
And for those of you who just joined us, you're watching Agriculture 194e, focused on agriculture. And this evening we're featuring Uncle Miles Catering with Miles Nakanishi and the Hilo High School students. We have Christopher Ignacio preparing for us a Bakalau Breadfruit Salad. And he just got through preparing the bakalau and breadfruit. Okay, so all the cubed breadfruit goes in a big bowl, and then what did you put in there?
I put this chopped stalk of celery and
Okay.
the cubed breadfruit,
Okay.
and you add 3 boiled eggs chopped
Okay, 3 boiled eggs. That's
to the
been
bowl,
chopped up.
1 grated carrot,
How much carrots is that?
1 grated carrot,
Okay, 1 grated carrot, giving it nice color.
and half of an onion diced.
Half a round onion diced. That looks good.
Pepper.
Okay,
You don't need to add any salt because of the bakalau in the and the breadfruit. It's already got the salt in it.
okay. Well, you're a pretty good chef. You just eyeball it, right? That's the way the
It's to
professionals
taste
do it.
usually
They don't
the-
measure. They just
Usually when you
Goodbye.
do the pepper and stuff, it's to the taste, I guess. You don't really. It varies on every person that does it. And I have some parsley that I also put in. I like to
Okay.
put parsley in everything. Diced up.
then you just kind of mix that all together.
Yep. Let me get my spoon.
You mix any mayo in there.
Just get it started a little bit.
Well, I bet you can throw in some frozen peas in there too, and give you some more color, huh? If you wanted to.
You could throw in peas, macaroni. It's pretty much any way that you would make your own potato salad, except you substituting it. Yeah,
I
it's not
see.
that complicated.
Oh, that's real mayonnaise, folks. A lot of cholesterol there. But that's what makes it taste good, you know. Can't beat that mayo. Yeah, that's really looking good. A lot of color. More mayo. Wow, all right. It's gonna taste good, folks. Guaranteed. Broke them out. You're gonna make a good chef, Chris. I bet we're gonna get a lot of phone calls about this dish. And you're gonna plate it up in a big plate. There's a napkin there if you wanna wipe your hand. Okay. Never had breadfruit salad like that, so I can't wait till 8:30 when we try that out.
I'm ready to run off with it.
Wow, boy, that looks good. Man, and you're only a sophomore in high school. Wow, I bet you're a better cook than some of our college kids here.
I've been learning for a while.
Okay, and that is Bakalau Breadfruit Salad by Christopher Ignacio, sophomore at Hilo High School. And a little garnish there. Wow, that is fantastic. And I guess our overhead camera can zoom over the Bakalau Breadfruit, which is the main dish, and then we also have the Bakalau Breadfruit Salad, and that's done by Christopher Ignacio. And maybe we can later put that up on the front, but we can do that later. For those of you who just joined us, you're watching Agriculture 194e, focus on agriculture. And this evening we're featuring Uncle Miles Catering with Miles Nakanishi, who's also the employment counselor at Hilo High School. And we also have two of Miles' high school students. One is Christopher Ignacio and Thane Murray. And I believe Thane is going to come on next, and Thane is going to prepare for us two dishes. One, he's going to do a coconut shrimp with wasabi cream sauce, and the second is seared ahi with lemon wasabi vinaigrette. So I guess, Thane, you're going to start off with the coconut shrimp with the wasabi cream sauce. Yeah. And Thane is a senior at Hilo High School. What do you plan to do when you graduate, Thane?
I'm a junior, actually. But
junior, okay.
Yeah, plan to go to Western Culinary Institute up in Portland.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you get started in cooking?
Didn't like what my mom made for dinner, so I decided to make something myself.
All right. That's a good one.
No, I don't know. It's just sometimes you go in there, you see Mr. Nakanishi at the GRC, or what used to be their GRC at Hilo High School, and you kind of decide what you want to do. And I always kind of enjoyed cooking. It's really fun.
Okay.
So I had already just regular shrimp I bought from the store. I'd already taken the shell off and then butterflied it. Basically, you just cut straight down the center, so then open it up, and then you cut through the membrane. And try and mix eggs on a paper plate here.
Is that about a pound or a half a pound?
Yeah, that should be about 3/4 of a pound right there.
3/4 a pound, okay.
Yeah.
And you shelled them, and then you...
And then I just cut them straight down the center. I butterflied them, so it opened it up a lot more. Easier to fry.
And you leave the tail on.
Yeah.
Okay.
You turn on the oil over here.
Okay, this is a coconut shrimp with wasabi cream sauce. So you got to kind of explain what you're doing there, Thane.
Okay, I'm cracking the eggs, and then basically I'm gonna scramble it and dip the shrimp inside, so the shrimp or the panko would actually have something to grab onto. All I have here is garlic, salt, pepper, panko, and coconut flakes.
Okay. About how much of each do you put in? There's a rubbish can underneath.
Oh, there
you
we go.
go.
Okay. Depends on how big you're doing, and kind of like how Chris did. I just measured it out by eyesight.
Okay.
Nothing real big or fancy.
So if you say 1 part of panko and 1 part of coconut flakes and...
Yeah, just it really depends on how big you're going to make it, or how much you're going to make.
Off and on.
Okay, so first you make an egg wash. So where did you learn about this particular dish thing?
My aunt and uncle over in Kauai, when I went and visited them spring break last year, he decided to show me some of the dishes because he is interested in cooking a lot, as I was.
Well, we know we got a lot of viewers out there on the island of Kauai. I guess I hope your relatives are watching you.
Okay, basically I just roughly scramble them, make a nice egg wash, and then you can go ahead and just flatten them out inside, get it nice covered, coated.
Okay.
And then that's all done. You just dip it in the panko, and then you want to really push it down so you can get it covered and pack it tightly.
So what were the ingredients again in the panko mix there?
I basically just put garlic, salt, pepper, coconut flakes, and panko.
Okay.
Over here.
And if you like coconut flavor, you put a little bit more coconut flakes in.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you don't like it, put a little less.
The coconut actually adds a really, it really throws off the taste of the wasabi, because the wasabi I use is really different from other people's wasabi. And the wasabi that you usually buy in the store is just colored horseradish, and I'm fortunate to have an uncle who met some people who import the real wasabi, and wasabi is like a really weird thing. The real wasabi you can't get out of Japan because all the Japanese people really eat it over there, and it's really hard to get it out. So somebody decided to go up in Portland and grow it, and I guess Portland, the streams up there really mimic the ideal conditions in Japan for wasabi. So he is the only distributor in Hawaii, and I get it from him. But I mean, you can usually find it like in KTA and stuff like that.
Is this the real wasabi much hotter than the local? Or the
No, actually, the real wasabi isn't that hot at all. It's just,
Oh.
it's more the wasabi flavor that you get from it. Like there is still the bite and kick to it, but it's not that bad.
So you can tell the difference between the colored horseradish versus the real wasabi.
Oh yeah, easily.
I'll have to taste that tonight and see if I can taste the difference.
Yeah.
So Miles, how do you get these students involved in all this cooking?
Well, the first question I ask them is, what's important to you? What do you like to do and what don't you like to do? And we need to clarify with students, the big question is, are you in food service because you want to eat? Or are you into food service because you want to learn to cook? And most of them say, well, I like to eat, but, because they're always hungry. And I guess the correct answer I'm looking for is, if they like to eat and if they like to cook, then welcome on board. We need to assess themselves to see what's important to them. If you just want to eat, I can give you lunch money to go to the cafeteria, and that's important. We just need to clarify.
So
Any other
you
questions?
help these students to go into various careers then?
Yes, we do, Dr. Fujii. We have a partnership with the community, with public and federal and local agencies. We cannot afford kitchens like the hotels. We cannot afford carpentry shops. We utilize the community to educate our students. The hotels provide up-to-date training facilities. They have the microwaves, they have the steamers, convections, equipment that we can never afford or even dream about. But most of the major hotels have these equipment, and we form a partnership, and they help to educate the students in the Hilo area. We also send students out to the Kona side, so we can broaden their horizons and show them the higher end food. We also have different occupations in health services and food service, construction, welding, business occupations, etc. We have a good partnership, and we really appreciate our partners within the community. They support the school and the state. Sorry to keep talking, but
No
it's your show.
Nobody wants to watch somebody dip shrimp in egg over here, Mr.
That's
Nakanishi.
okay.
Oh no, maybe we can get an overhead shot of Thane doing that. And how hot do you want the oil to be about?
Really hot, like it's not hot enough yet.
And then what kind of oil do you use?
I use regular cooking oil. You can use
Okay.
canola oil or something this time.
All right.
We have tongs, Mr. Nakanishi.
Right there.
Where at?
Towel.
No, tongs.
Tongs. Okay. So do you do a lot of cooking at home, Thane?
When I have time or when I feel like it. When I'm not lazy.
Okay. And for those of you who just joined us, you're watching Agriculture 194e, focus on agriculture. And we're coming to you live this evening, and my guests are Miles Nakanishi with Uncle Miles Catering, and also he is the counselor, employment counselor at Hilo High School. And he was very kind to bring to us two of his high school students who are interested in the culinary arts, namely Christopher Ignacio and Thane Murray. And Thane is now preparing for us a coconut shrimp with wasabi cream sauce. And this is the real wasabi that we're going to be dealing with today. So how does it look, Thane?
It's getting there.
Maybe our overhead camera can zoom into our pot of oil there. And there we go. And how do you know how long to deep fry it?
About till they're golden brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess you really got to be careful not to overcook the shrimp, because shrimp is very easy to overcook from what I understand.
Yeah.
So Miles, how many students you have at Hilo High School now? About
We have about 1,642.
16?
43 with him.
Oh, I see. And so you say you have a catering service?
Yes, yes, I'm the proud owner of Uncle Miles Catering here in Hilo. We just strictly do catering. We don't have a restaurant, obviously, because I have a day job and I enjoy food service. So here I am. I'm a caterer. Thank you.
And what type of food do you cater?
We can cater almost any local, Hawaiian, Chinese, Filipino, Asian, but we like to do more cosmopolitan dishes that have a range of local to Polynesian foods. We use all fresh island products, no preservatives, except for the MSG and the soy sauce.
Okay. And how's it look, Thane? Coming right along?
Yeah, not too bad.
Is this one of your favorite dishes to prepare?
Yeah, I like shrimp.
Your signature dish, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
And basically in the wasabi cream sauce, all I did was mix sour cream, wasabi, and a little bit of pepper in there just for color. Furikake I threw in again for color, and the sesame seeds, and that's about it.
You use 1 tub of sour cream?
Yeah, well, this one I used about half a tub with sour cream and half a tub of wasabi.
Okay.
The wasabi really is not that hot. It's more the flavor that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so you just wait till the shrimps are golden brown, and then
The cooking is the longest part of these things.
yeah, my stove isn't the best in the world. You know, if I had a professional stove there, you'd be done already. But my stove, you know, people really get to see how it's done because it takes a lot of time.
If we had the magical TV stove, I mean, we would have it done already. We don't have a magical TV stove.
Well, how do you like it? Is this first time coming on TV?
Yeah.
Not bad, huh?
Oops.
I hear you had 2 other students that were supposed to join you here, but they kind of decided not to come at the last minute, huh? Okay, there's one that's out. Maybe our overhead camera can zoom into it. Sure looks good from here. Looks nice and golden brown. So Miles, do you actually teach some of these students how to do cooking?
No, I'm not a teacher. We don't have a food service class. What we do is we have food science and meal management. What I do as a career employment counselor, I administer different assessments on the students, and also, like I said, I use the community as my classroom so the students can do career shadowing as well as career internships.
So did you have a hard time getting the students to come on TV tonight?
Not at all, Dr. Fujii. These guys are raring to go,
Yeah, it looks like it.
except for a couple.
What happened to those two students?
No, that's okay. If they came along, I don't think we would have enough time to prepare all the dishes.
Well, we got till 8:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if my stove was a little hotter. Actually, we should have put it on this one here, and boy, you would have been cooking.
Yeah, that's okay. We still appreciate your stove.
Uncle Miles has been here before, and so he brought his own burner here for his walk, and boy, I guarantee that one's gonna smoke. By the way, how do you cure these woks?
These woks are cured with heat. We heat the woks up until they're kind of a bluish color, and we let them cool off. Then we heat them up to blue again, let them cool, and then we oil them. And they're good to go. They don't rust.
So all you do is just heat it up until it gets blue,
Yes,
and then let it cool off,
Let it cool.
and then do it again,
Yes, sir.
cool, and oil it,
Yep.
and then they won't rust on you.
Well, they rust. They have surface rust, what we call surface rust, but basically they're kind of cured after that.
I see.
Yeah.
How are we doing there, Thane, with the coconut shrimp with wasabi cream sauce?
They're
Coming right
coming.
along?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's going to do another dish, which is, let's see, seared ahi with lemon wasabi vinaigrette. Smells good. So how many different recipes do you have on your, I guess, in your mind? How many different dishes could you do if you had to?
Depends on what I had to do it with and how much time I had.
Oh, I see. Good answer. Hey, he's going places, Miles.
He sure is.
I tell you, I never did this in high school, you know.
Neither have I.
Coming on TV like this. Wow, that was a great experience for him.
Well, I used to volunteer in the cafeteria.
I didn't even do that.
Oh.
I just ate. I'm good at eating.
I see.
Okay?
We still got a couple going, but
All right.
we don't need to wait for them.
Okay, we'll plate them up.
Use this plate over here. No sense waste a big plate.
So this wasabi cream sauce, you just kind of dip the shrimp in it, and
Yeah, pretty much. Spoon here. So,
you have a spoon, Miles.
Yes, sir.
spoon. Actually, this work.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice light green color.
Almost like a pistachio green.
And I guess once you take them out of the hot oil, you want to put them on paper towels to kind of...
Soak up the excess oil.
Okay. How's it, your folks watching tonight? Your relatives watching?
I hope so. If not, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Well, I hope they call in a little later this evening. I'll give them the phone numbers. The phone number is 961-9046 or 974-7726. And the wasabi cream sauce. So the wasabi is actually grated, so it's
Yeah, it's grated. It's not the actual root of the plant.
so it's not a powder form. It's
No, it's actually, if you don't keep it refrigerated, it'll spoil. It's almost like a fresh vegetable.
I see.
But you can freeze it. Freezing it would be safe.
So how much does that wasabi cost about?
I think a tube runs no more than $5.
Wow.
No more. Probably a lot cheaper than that. There we go.
Okay. Just set it right up there, and our overhead camera can zoom. Maybe can you take that handle of that frying pan off to the side? Okay. Now our camera can zoom down on it. And we'll get an overhead shot shortly. There we go. There's the coconut shrimp with wasabi cream sauce by Thane Murray. And now we'll do the seared ahi with lemon wasabi vinaigrette. And again, for those of you who just joined us, you're watching Agriculture 194e, Focus on Agriculture. And we hope that you'll join us every Thursday evening. Next Thursday, we're going to have the Maui Community College coming over here from Maui. So we hope that you'll join us next Thursday evening. And now we're going to have Thane prepare for us the seared ahi with lemon wasabi vinaigrette. And where did you get this recipe from, Thane?
Yesterday when Mr. Nakanishi said I might need to make 2 dishes instead of 1.
I see. Miles came through in the pinch.
Okay.
Did you practice making these dishes once before?
About 2:30 when I ran home and realized that I needed to make a recipe, I made the ahi one, and then the shrimp one I made 2 nights ago.
Wow. Okay, what do you do?
Basically just an ahi chunk, and you can use an ahi steak or an ahi fillet. It really depends on how thick of meat you want. And then just have a half a lemon here, and then the wasabi vinaigrette sauce, which use sesame oil, regular canola oil, and wasabi, and then honey. Put honey in it for.
Do you know
make
what
it sweet.
proportion you use approximately?
Till it tastes good.
Okay.
It's really to your taste again.
Okay.
Depends if you want it spicy, you put more wasabi. If you want it less spicy, you'll put more sweet. You want to put more honey.
Okay.
This one, it's more. You really taste the sesame seed oil, and then you really get that wasabi kick after.
Okay.
You have a knife? Oh, since it's a really big chunk, I'm just gonna cut it in smaller pieces here.
Can you use other kinds of fish if you wanted, Thane?
Yeah, I'm sure you could. I mean, it'd probably come out the same. You could probably use marlin or something.
Okay. So I hope my stove is hot enough for you, but if you want to just sear the outside.
Yeah, should be
Okay.
hot enough. And cut cut the lemon here.
So have you done some cooking at some of the hotels thing?
Yeah, and Nakanishi was nice enough to get me into the Hilton, and they put me in the baking department over there, and it was really a great experience.
Wow, Hilton.
Yeah.
How was the experience over there?
Really good. Really nice people, and you realize, these people have really stressful jobs, and they take time out of their day to actually help you, and they still have deadlines to meet and everything. It's great.
Geez, Miles, you really fix your students up well and get them to those big-time hotels, huh?
They deserve the opportunity to have a good sound foundation.
Wow, they'll have a jump over some of the other students who go to these culinary art programs if you do that. So, Thane, what kind of a chef do you want to become? A pastry type chef, or?
Just a regular chef. Cook regular food. I don't know. I enjoy eating sweets, but I can't bake. I have trouble baking.
Yeah, baking you have to be very precise.
Precise, yeah.
That's what I found out from this class. But when you stir fry or cook, make a salad or whatever, duck soup they say, but I can't do it. So you're just kind of searing the fish,
Yeah.
okay? But when you sear the fish, I guess the inside is still kind of raw, right?
Yeah. And that's where it's almost, you have that cooked fish taste, but then when you add it with the wasabi, it almost tastes like sashimi. It's really good.
So Miles, where'd you get this recipe from?
We just thought about it and figured it out. Experiment. The good thing about experimenting with food is you can always use it, so you don't throw it away.
I guess the main thing is don't overcook it, huh?
Exactly.
That's
the key.
So how many students do you have in that plan to go into the culinary arts?
Roughly about 67 kids that have indicated that they want to be in the food service pathway. 67 students could be anything from dietitians to bakers to pastry chefs to regular cooks.
So do you take care of college prep students also, or more?
I try to give them an opportunity to pursue and do a career shadowing or a career internship.
I see.
Career shadowing places the student in a one-to-one situation in the occupation that they have so desired and interested in, and they spend an hour or a couple hours, or depending on the host, they might spend a day even at the job site to see what the job entails and experience a routine day and experience all the opportunities of that particular occupation, interview the host, get career information about benefits, career options, mobility, etc.
Okay, now what do? You just kind of slice it
Just
up?
slice it to
Okay.
good size portions.
So what was the most interesting thing you learned while you were at the Hilton thing?
Speed up to slow down. If you're always in a rush, you're gonna miss things. And it seems like some people are always in a rush, and then they slow down and they realize, maybe they miss things. And they come up with it.
Did they house you up over there also, or?
Oh no, it was the career shadowing thing like Mr. Nakanishi was talking about.
I see.
So we went over there for the day. We left school in the morning and came back. It was really good.
Okay. Yeah, that really looks nice. Seared on the outside and raw on the inside. And I guess you got to use your imagination on how you want to plate up the dish, right?
Yeah. Oops.
Again, for those of you who just joined us, you're watching Agriculture 194e, Focus on Agriculture, and this evening my guests are from Hilo High School, and also we have with us Miles Nakanishi of Uncle Miles Catering Service, and we have this evening Christopher Ignacio, who prepared for us a Bakalau Breadfruit and a Bakalau Breadfruit Salad. And we have Thane Murray, junior or almost senior there at Hilo High School, who's prepared for us a coconut shrimp with wasabi cream sauce using the real wasabi. And right now he's preparing a steamed ahi with lemon wasabi vinaigrette. And how do you make that vinaigrette again? Wasabi vinaigrette?
I put in wasabi, canola oil, sesame seed oil, a little bit of black pepper for color, and honey for the sweetness.
And what kind of rice is that?
That's jasmine rice. I like jasmine rice. It has a lot more flavor than regular white rice. And to make it more colorful, you could mix in furikake with it, but that's basically about it. There we go.
Okay. And then you kind of garnish it with some lemon?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, there we go. That's seared ahi with lemon wasabi vinaigrette, served with, what kind of rice was that again?
Jasmine rice.
Jasmine rice, okay.
Yeah, Jasmine was on Hawaii Stars, you remember her?
Right.
There you go.
Okay, and there are the two dishes, and Thane, maybe you can later put the dishes on the table up in front. And now we're going to have Uncle Miles here. Uncle Miles is going to prepare for you a simple Spanish rice and a blackened ahi. And he brought his super duper burner here. With that burner, you're going to cook it in no time, I think, Miles.
Hopefully. Well, for this evening, I'm going to prepare a simple blackened ahi. The blackened ahi we'll be using today will be consisted of a coating with a Cajun spice. Cajun spices have 10 different spices, and you can mix your own or you can purchase it at any market. It's cheaper to purchase actually than to buy all the ingredients. The ingredients are sometimes hard to find. So for today we're gonna do, this is our nice chunk of ahi, and I'm gonna cut it into blocks. One about, well, we call it logs, into like 1 or 2 inch squares lengthwise. So we take it this way.
Okay.
Cut it into pieces like so. Then we cut it into logs, lengthways. Then we get our Cajun spice.
Did you make your own Cajun spice?
Half of it I made, and half it I didn't have enough, so I bought it at the market on the way up. You see the different color variations?
Right.
Yeah.
So when you make your own, what do you use?
You use cumin, you use a bunch of spices. I have it written down. I cannot remember all of them.
Okay.
Salt.
Okay, Uncle Miles gave me the ingredients, so I'll have them typed up soon.
Yeah. And I'm going to use the burner to blacken the fish because it's simply faster.
Okay.
We're going to use the cast iron pan, and to make it non-stick, we're going to spray some non-stick oil on this. And it's very a lot of people when they use their gas stoves at home, they always like to spray it on the stove top counter with the gas. So it's very dangerous because obviously this is a combustible liquid and things like this could happen there. It's very dangerous. When you have little kids, try not to do that. Okay.
Okay, remember when you're gonna put the pan on the frying pan, do it away from the stove.
Away from the stove, yeah, especially a combustible gas burner. Okay.
Okay.
I did a demonstration once at the Silva School, and I showed the little kids what could happen if you get Pam and you accidentally spray it on the stovetop. And guess what the kids did who had gas stoves at home? That's all they remember. They didn't remember my name, what I did, but they remembered the Pam, and they showed their parents. This is what could happen if you use a spray coating on fire. Can you imagine the phone calls I had? Oh, it's important to show safety, but don't demonstrate. Okay, so for our Blackened Ahi, what we do is we heat up our pan really warm, almost to a flame. Add just a touch of oil.
Okay.
And we will start the searing process. Okay, I'm going to use my Cajun spice. Just coat it entirely. Okay. If you want it really hot, you can add more spice. You can add more peppers to this, or you can add white pepper or even black pepper. You can adjust the Cajun spice to your liking. You can also make Cajun stews with this particular mixture here. Instead of making tomato sauce beef stew, you can add this to your stew dish, and you can make it a curry stew. Okay. You can also add this to your bakalau salad if you want to make a Cajun bakalau salad with breadfruit. Okay. So this is the searing process.
Spice.
Pardon me?
Very versatile spice.
Yeah.
So you can actually buy this Cajun mix at the supermarket.
Yes, you can. And simply ask your grocery clerk where do you find it at. Okay, and they'll direct you to it.
Oh, it really does get blackened,
Yeah.
does it?
That's why they call it Blackened Cajun, yeah?
Now, do you want this cooked all the way through? Or
No, we just
seared?
lightly sear it. And we want to keep it rare, but it all depends on how you want it. If you want it well done, you do it well done. The longer you keep it on the flame, obviously, the more done it gets. You want to keep each side well seared. And when that's done, you transfer it to your cutting board.
So the key to this dish is to have a good hot burner and a nice cast iron
Skillet. That's true. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to plate it up.
Wow, that smell is going to go into the AC system, and the whole library is going to be smelling Blackened Ahi.
That's right.
Boy, you're not only making the classroom hungry here, but I think you're going to make the entire library
Uh-oh.
hungry here.
And one of the key elements in food services, we go by 3 factors. The food has to look good, it has to taste good, and it has to be free of foodborne illnesses and free of diseases. So most of the items that we do, we stress the use of gloves. Okay, our hands might be really clean, but you never know. Okay, so gloves are important, and gloves are really cheap. A lot of people have been diagnosed with latex allergies. So there's plastic and different materials available on the market today. Okay, like I said, it has to look good. So your presentation is really important. Your platter, and also in Hawaii we're blessed with fruits year-round. I'm going to show you how to do a simple garnish with a lime, or you may use a lemon or a papaya, anything you desire. Okay. First of all, we measure off on the lemon or lime. We measure and we hold our hand so that we don't push the knife right through the object. And we continue at the middle, we push it through, and we use a W diagram. We link all the lines, okay? So we're gonna create a lemon flower, a lime flower. And let me put it together for you really fast.
Just make diagonal cuts.
Yes, sir.
Little V's or W's.
Well, if you're from Waikea, you're considered a W. If you're from Hilo High, you consider doing V's.
V's for Viking.
Okay? Yes, sir.
All right. So tonight we're going to do V's
Yes, sir.
for the Vikings. Okay. So you don't. So you have to measure so that it doesn't go all the way through.
Yes, sir. You don't push it through and cut your finger, yeah.
I see.
It's a stopper, it's a protection. After you're done, just pull it through. And these are our flowers. Really simple. You may recycle it and use it to sauce your items, okay?
Maybe our overhead camera can zoom in on those lime flowers.
And it's good also when you're done with blackening your item is to let it rest, okay? Let it rest a few seconds or a minute, the longer the better. And it's time to plate it up, okay? Like in lumber, even fish and animals, they have like lines that flow, yeah. If you cut against them, you'll have difficulty. If you cut with the grain, you'll have difficulty too. So if you cut them diagonally on the bias, it makes it so much easier.
So when you cut the fish, it's best to cut it diagonally.
Yes, sir. And this is how the fish looks like. It's rare on the outside and seared on the outside. However, if you want it well done, that's not a problem. You can also do it well done. A lot of people don't like it rare, yeah. Okay, let me plate up some more.
So when you cater, do people ask you to do this particular dish sometimes?
Not too often, because this requires on-site preparation, yeah. And people rather just have the food ready to go. But I've done this at several brunches that I've catered to.
So do you do on-site kind of cooking also?
We sure do.
So what do you specialize in? Weddings?
We
parties?
specialize in food. No, I'm just kidding. We specialize in almost any type of food activity. We enjoy weddings the most because it's a happy occasion. Okay.
So you do all occasions.
Yes, sir.
Wow. That really looks good. Do you find that ahi is the best for this particular dish?
Yes, ahi is the best, especially the red one, yeah. But you can use mahi-mahi too, but most people, they kind of have a funny feeling towards white meat fish. Okay? And this last piece, Dr. Fujii, unfortunately, I'm going to keep it for you so you can take it home.
Wow, thank you. My wife will enjoy that.
I know. I always think about her. I wonder if you bring her a plate of food home.
I do.
That's nice of
If
you.
there's some left over now. Sometimes there's nothing left.
Yeah. And of course, I made a sauce. Unfortunately, I don't have the accessibility to fresh wasabi like some people do. And of course, I like to use our seaweed or ogo
Okay.
from Keaholi, brought in by Sui-san. Little cilantro in the middle.
Okay.
Special sauce here.
What is the sauce?
This is soy with mustard.
Just plain soy sauce and mustard?
Yes, sir.
What proportion would you say?
I'd say 3-to-1. 3 parts mustard. That's why it's really thick. Can you see it?
Do you use the powdered mustard?
Yes, sir. Dry mustard.
Okay. 3-to-1.
3-to-1.
Okay, and that
that's
is
our
the blackened ahi.
And don't
Wow.
forget, this is for the Mrs. Fujii.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're
For our
going
next
to do
item, we will be doing
simple Spanish rice?
simple Spanish rice.
Okay.
Most people would frown if they see me doing this, but I figured out a way to do it really fast. Like in any other thing, in food service, there's no wrong or right way to do something. Like I said, we need to follow those 3 rules. Different cultures do it differently. What I'm gonna do here with the wok is I'm gonna do Spanish rice using chicken. I'm gonna use Chinese parsley, and I'm also gonna use garlic, and I'm gonna use achote oil. Any of you know what achote oil is? Most of you do? From the
Lipstick plant.
achote plant? Yes, sir. Lipstick
Red
plant.
coloring.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, we need to heat up our wok, and we're gonna cook the chicken. Okay.
Now that's a flame, folks. That's what the professionals use.
Okay, we have the chicken in little pieces.
Now that's a pre-cooked chicken, is it?
Yes, I cooked it before I came in case we had technical difficulties, because
I
you never
see.
know.
Okay, so you could actually start off with the raw chicken and
Yeah. But me being the overcautious person, I figured I better cook it up first. Okay.
you got these special utensils for the wok, huh?
Yes, sir. Huh? These are wok spoons that I'm using.
Okay, about how much chicken do you say that is?
This is about just a little bit. This is about a half a pound that was cooked before I came down.
Okay, half
Okay.
a pound of chicken.
That's chicken. I'm gonna add my achote oil, which I just made this afternoon.
So you get the achote seed
Yes, sir.
and
And then you put it into the hot oil. See the yellow food coloring? Okay. Put it up again.
about how much oil did you put in
This is
there?
about a cup and a half.
Cup and a half of
Yes,
oil.
Okay.
Okay.
And I have some fresh garlic I'm gonna put in. Garlic
how
can
much
be
achote seed do you put inside there about?
about a half a cup.
Half
Heat the oil up and put the seeds into the oil, and you need to strain it after.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, look at that. It's boiling already.
And for garlic, when you use garlic, there's 3 stages. If you want it really garlicky taste, you don't add it in the beginning. Okay, if you want it mild, you put it halfway when it's cooking. But if you want it really pungent and garlicky, you add it in last. Okay, remember that. I'm also going to add some salt. This is Hawaiian salt. Just a pinch.
Okay.
Some black pepper.
Another
Oops,
pinch.
too much. Yes, sir. And turn this down. I'm gonna add the garlic now.
About how many garlic cloves with
This
that?
is about 5 cloves,
5
almost a
cloves
whole garlic.
minced. Okay.
And I also have I also have chickpeas. This is the one in the can. You also add the sauce from the can.
That's the gondoli beans, right?
Yes, sir. Pigeon peas or gondoli beans.
2 cans
2 cans.
with the juice.
With the juice.
Okay. Put the flame back on.
Flame back on. You just want to roll it around a little. Okay. Add your, this is Chinese parsley
Cilantro.
or cilantro.
About how much is that?
This is about 4 stalks, 4 bundles.
4 bundles, okay.
Yes, sir.
This will serve about how many, would you say?
Well, it depends on how much rice you put in. If you have a big gang, the more rice you put, the more it'll stretch. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to add a pinch of garlic salt, just for flavor. Oops.
Garlic salt.
And I need to regulate the flame off and on because it's really hot, this flame. Okay.
What
Can
is
you
that?
bring the rice for me, sir?
What was that you put in there?
This is a little bit more salt.
A little more salt, okay.
Thank you. I'm going to add the rice to it. This rice has already been cooked. It's hot rice. So we add it to our mixture here.
1 whole pot of rice.
1 whole pot, exactly. And just cook it around, keep it going so it doesn't stick.
I think I'm going to have to buy one of those burners.
That'll be nice, Dr. Fujii.
And if somebody wants some hot heat, boy, they won't complain with this one. But is this made for a wok, or is this, can you use
No, it can be used for a pot, anything you want.
Ah,
This is the first time I'm using this tonight.
I think I'll buy one of those. Then no one will complain about my stove.
I see. Do they complain?
Yeah, because that one takes too long.
I see.
So you just keep stirring it around.
Yes, because if not, it'll stick to the bottom, yeah.
Wow, looks like it's already done.
Yes, it sure is. And now for the plating, I'll plate it up.
Wow, that looks delicious. At least we'll have a lot of Spanish rice to eat tonight, folks. Uncle Miles sure know how to cook for the gang.
Little garnish.
Parsley, okay.
Parsley, fresh parsley. And there we go.
And that's it. Okay, folks, that's it for this evening. Now we open to question and answers. So if you have any questions for our gang here today, please give us a call. The numbers will be on the screen. The numbers are 961-9046 and 974-7726. So please give us a call. We're coming to you live this evening from the television studios located here on the University of Hawaii at Hilo campus in the Mookini Library. And my guests this evening are Miles Nakanishi, Christopher Ignacio, a sophomore at Hilo High School, and Thane Murray, who's a junior or senior there at Hilo High School. So if you have any questions for us this evening, please give us a call. The numbers are on the screen. In the meantime, do we have a question from our classroom? Great, go ahead.
Would you be able to repeat how the achote oil was made?
The achote oil is made with vegetable oil. Well, you gather the seeds, about a half a cup, depending on how much you want to make. You heat up the oil in a saucepan until it's really hot. Don't make it smoke though, because if you make it smoke, when you immerse the seeds in, it'll overboil. But if you're not sure on the temperature, what you should do is take it outside and then immerse it. Because if you leave it on the stovetop and it overboils, it'll be oil all over it. And
Milo,
somebody
why don't
will
you
be
get
very
behind the
upset, I
counter so the
promise you.
TV camera can get on you. They want to see you folks. So why don't all of you folks go over there behind the counter there. We have our first caller, so could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please.
Hi, Mary and Mario.
Hi.
Okay.
Sounds like your mom.
Is that your mom?
No.
Nope. Okay. Okay. Do we have another caller? Oh, the caller hung up. Please call us again. The numbers are on the screen, 961-9046 and 974-7726. And as I said before, if you're joining us for the first time, you're watching Focus on Agriculture, Agriculture 194e, and we have our caller, so could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please.
I'm calling from Hilo.
Okay, and your question.
I would like to know, why didn't he peel the ulu?
Peel the...
Ulu.
Yeah, before he made the salad.
Oh, why didn't you peel the breadfruit, Chris?
The breadfruit doesn't really need to be peeled because the skin isn't really that tough after you're finished boiling it.
Good fiber. Good fiber.
But
Thank you, Dr. Fujii.
But if you like it peeled, you can always peel it. So if you don't like the skin of the breadfruit, just peel the skin on the breadfruit and then serve it. But this particular dish, you can eat the skin. More fiber for you, good for your health. Okay, we have another caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please.
Hi, I just want to say I was watching the program. I just got in midway,
Okay.
and I'm very interested in Miles' recipe.
Okay, which
And
one?
I know he knows me because I'm one of the employees that work at the Hilton. I was
Oh.
a little surprised that he was a catering industry. So I just want to say there's a recipe that he just did with the rice. I want the recipe.
Spanish rice, okay. Since you called, I'm going to put it on the Elmo.
I'll drop it
Let's-
off to you when I go down to the hotel.
There.
Okay.
There. Can you see that? That's about as much as I can zoom it in, otherwise I'm going to cut something out.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see some of it.
Okay, I'm going to leave that there for you. And I think we have another caller, so we'll take the next caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please. You're too close to the TV set. Can you back off from the TV set and give us a call?
Yeah, how to Spanish rice.
It's good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Come on down.
Local kind way
Yeah. Fast. It's fast and easy.
Miles.
Yes, sir.
Miles, what, he washes in.
Yeah.
How come you guys scratch your guys' head and make you guys food?
How can you scratch your head?
I don't scratch my head.
I guess it's just a
Roll you like on doobie.
it's just a habit, I guess.
Do you have another question? Well, thank you for calling anyway. We have all kinds of callers that give us a call, but we appreciate your phone call. We have another phone caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
Good evening, Dr. Fujii.
Yes, good evening.
I'm from Salt City.
Okay.
I got in a little late, and I would like to see all the dishes that were prepared.
Oh, okay. Maybe we can get our overhead camera to zoom in on the dishes that were prepared this evening. And Miles, maybe you can look at the TV set and explain what the dishes are. So can we get the overhead camera to zoom in on the dishes? There we go. Miles, can you explain what that is?
Oh, Chris will. Chris?
This is a blackened seared ahi. It was seasoned with Cajun sauce, and the sauce is mustard, dry mustard mixed with soy sauce.
Okay.
This is coconut shrimp with a wasabi cream sauce. It was deep fried. This is easy Spanish rice.
Simple.
Simple Spanish rice.
Seared ahi.
Seared ahi.
That's a seared ahi with a lemon wasabi vinaigrette. And
This is Bakalau Breadfruit boiled with Bakalau codfish. And at the far end, it's breadfruit or Bakalau Breadfruit Salad used with the same breadfruit from the Bakalau.
Dr. Fujii,
yes.
I would like to ask if you're still going to email recipes if we ask for it.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. Thank you for calling from Pearl City. We have another caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm calling from Hilo.
Okay.
My name is Paidermul.
What
I
was
want to
that?
know what was the mixed spice name is?
The mixed what?
Spice name
Oh,
for
for the
what is
blackened
that?
ahi.
Blackened ahi.
Okay,
Yeah.
Miles?
Spice is called Cajun spice, and it can be purchased at any market. Cajun spice.
Bring it over here, Miles. I'll put it on the Elmo. Okay, we don't endorse any particular brand or anything, but this is what it's called, Chef Paul's, what is that?
Perdone.
Perdone. Magic Seasoning Blends.
That's not a picture of me. That's Chef Perdone.
And as you can see down here, it's a blackened redfish magic. So you can buy that in the supermarket. Does that answer the question?
Yes.
You have another
Thank
question?
you.
You have another question for us?
Bye.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. Appreciate your call. We have another caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
Hello.
Yes, where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from YNI.
Okay.
We're wondering how could we retrieve the recipes on your show tonight?
Okay, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the Elmo back on here. There are several ways that you can get a hold of me. One is by snail mail, and that's up here. And you can get a hold of me by phone, but the best way to get a hold of me is by email, okay? And the email is jfujii@hawaii.edu. Sometimes I'm not in my office, but I always check my email. So if you want the recipes, I'll attach it to the email, and all you have to do is download it. And I'll put it in Microsoft Word for you. Or you can tell me whether you want it in Word Perfect or in Microsoft Word, and I'll email it to you in whatever version you want. Does that answer the question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for calling from Waianae, all the way from Oahu. And I believe we have another caller. Could you let us know where you're calling?
I love you too, Faye.
What was that? Toupee? Okay. We have, do we have another caller? It's real stuff.
Hello.
We don't have another caller?
Hello.
Hi, where are you calling from?
From Kauai.
Okay, and your question?
I wanted to know what's in the Bakalau ulu salad.
Okay, that's Chris. Can you go over that?
In the salad, I have boiled eggs, 3 boiled eggs, diced up, 1 grated carrot, a bundle of parsley diced up, and mayonnaise, pepper, and no salt because the salt is already in the breadfruit from the bakalau.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for calling from Kauai. Actually, what I'll do is Chris gave me the ingredients here, so I'm going to put that on the Elmo also here. There it is. Okay, I think we have another caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
Thank you. I'm calling from Hilo. Now,
Okay.
this is mostly for Uncle Miles.
Okay.
I loved your recipes, Uncle Miles, but you did not give the shrimp scampi, which I know you know who I am by seeing that. And then you can also get the achote oil from the stores because Mrs. Matos have them made there. And the breadfruit tastes better when it's peeled before it's cooked. Somehow it has the skin taste when you cook it with the skin. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you for your
well,
call.
Thank you for calling from Hilo. So, see, some like it with the skin and some like it without the skin. So, that's the beauty about cooking. You know, if you like it with the skin, leave it on. If you don't like it with the skin, take it off. So,
More to eat.
we aim to please here. We have another caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and please ask your question, please?
Honolulu.
Okay, and your question?
You can put the Spanish rice recipe back on the screen.
Spanish rice, okay. I'll do that for the caller from Honolulu. And here we go. Let me... That's about as close as I can get it.
All right, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for calling from Honolulu. We have another caller. Could you let us know where you're calling from and go ahead with the question, please?
Molokai.
Okay. And your question, please.
Uncle Miles, this question is for you. I saw you rubbing your nipples.
You have a friend in Molokai?
Pardon me?
You have a friend in Molokai?
I have friends and family.
Okay, your friend from Molokai, but I think we lost connection there.
Oh, call back again.
Okay, Molokai caller, give us a call again. We have approximately, we're about out of time. Miles, I want to thank you very much for bringing your high school students over, Christopher Ignacio and Thane Murray. And we hope that you'll join us next Thursday evening. This is Jack Fujii saying thank you.